Are you ready to make a huge impact on your local wildlife? I'm Andrew the Arborist here with week number 4 of the Less Lawn, More Life Challenge. This week, we're challenging you to plant a keystone native tree or shrub on the land you steward. A keystone native plant is one that supports significantly more insects, birds, or other wildlife than most other native plants. And without keystone native plants in our ecosystems, they become less functional. Our native woody plants, our trees and shrubs, tend to be the most valuable keystone species, so I'm focusing on those today. Native oak trees, for example, my personal favorite trees, support over 500 species of Lepidoptera in my area. That means that over 500 different species of butterflies and moths can feed on the leaves of native oak trees as caterpillars. That's more than any other type of native plant. I planted this little white oak in my parents' backyard from an acorn that I collected from a local woodland about 4 years ago, and I've protected it in this fence and I've watched it grow. It is now just about as tall as me. And even though this tree is only 6 feet tall or so, you can see signs that wildlife are already using it. Here's a leaf that's been eaten away by a caterpillar already. And besides oaks, native cherries and plums, like this black cherry, support over 430 species of Lepidoptera in my area. Native willows, birches, aspens, and maples all support about 300 Lepidoptera or more in my area. Now, if you're not sure which trees and shrubs are keystone plants in your area, you can use the Wildr Places app as seen here on the screen. On your profile, you can get plant recommendations for specific soil types and sun settings. All you have to do here is click the conditions you're looking for, and it will generate a list of native plants. Now, the keystone plants are the ones with the butterfly symbol, and the ones with the little bee symbol means you're going to be supporting a lot of specialist pollinators, which is a great thing too. So if you don't have room for a tree or are growing plants on your balcony, shrubs are a great option. If that's you, there's good news. You can still support keystone native plants by growing some of the more ecologically valuable shrubs in containers. For example, the shrub that supports the most amount of caterpillars in my area are native blueberries, and a lot of people grow them on their balcony or even in the middle of Philadelphia on the street. Other great native shrub options include viburnums, shrubby dogwoods, hazelnuts, or native blackberries and raspberry. Okay, so once you've chosen your native keystone tree or shrub and you're getting ready to plant on your property, here's a couple tips for proper planting. The most important thing is to find the root flare of the plant. That's the point on which the trunk begins to dissolve into those large structural roots. If you look at any big mature tree around you in the forest, you'll notice that they all flare out at the bottom. You want to keep that root flare just above ground level when you plant. You don't want to bury it too deep, and you don't want to bury it in mulch. That's a mulch volcano. We avoid those here. You only have to dig the hole as deep as you need to get that root flare at ground level. But it is a good idea to dig a little bit wider to loosen the soil around the root zone where those roots will be getting established. You want to loosen up the root ball of the plant, especially if it's been in the container for a long time. Loosen up the sides, and don't be afraid to break a couple roots or get aggressive with it. You want to splay those roots outwards into the soil. Once you have the plant in the hole, make sure it's vertical and begin backfilling the soil in around the roots, breaking up any big clumps and gently tamping. You don't want to compact too much. After that, you can add some mulch around the tree in a donut shape, again avoiding piling mulch up against the tree's trunk or root flare. That part of the tree wants to stay dry. You just want to mulch in a donut shape around the tree. 2 to 3 inches of wood chip mulch. And lastly, and most importantly, water regularly and deeply. You want to water maybe 2 or 3 times each week with probably 5 gallons or more, especially during a drought or a heat wave. And that's it. Just by planting one keystone tree or shrub in your landscape, you're inviting all sorts of awesome wildlife and biodiversity. I want you to tag me at Andrew the Arborist and let me know what you plant. Thanks for planting.